Hello everyone, welcome to ReZSnapper. My name's MJ and this is another Spotlight cash planning video where we're going to look at every Spotlight week up all the way through until May. So that covers the Prehistoric Heroes season that we're currently in. It covers next month's season, April, which is What If, and the new X-Men season, which is May. A massive shout out and thank you to Snap.fan for the data mining and the leaks. That's where we got a lot of this information from. And if you want to download a Spotlight Cash Planner image, I create one which I've designed to be used or best viewed on a mobile telephone device, or a cell phone as you may call it. It's got empty boxes so you can fill in how many keys you've got remaining. Or there is another awesome member of the community, EK August. He does one. He is the OG, the GOAT, and his version actually features the season pass cards and potential future seasons as well. So download whichever one you prefer. The links are in the description / probably a pinned comment as well. If you haven't joined us before for these Spotlight Cash Planner videos, I'm not a collection complete player, so I'm going to tell you what my plans are for each week, and also I'll give it a star rating to review it overall and say my thoughts. Right, let's kick it off with the upcoming week, as at time of recording anyway. This is the Starbrand week. Starbrand is a 310 ongoing. Your opponent has +3 power at each other location. I have done a snap or pass on this card, so you can check that out. Basically, it fits into the Sauron deck, essentially, mainly. Maybe a few other archetypes as well, but it's quite a narrow card. I personally am not going in for this week. I've given the week overall 3.5. I do actually think it's, good. It's like a good / fine week. He's alongside Scar, who's obviously decent in Hela at the moment, but Hela's probably going to get nerfed. And Phastos, who a lot of people will tell you sucks. If you check the comments in my snap or pass for Starbrand, there's a lot of hate on Phastos, but hey, there's a little bit of love for him too. I like him, and I think he's going to be really good with the upcoming card Firehair, who we'll talk about momentarily. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'm not opening this week. I'm not buying him with tokens or anything like that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Firehair week. Firehair is a 2/3. When one of your cards is destroyed, this uses that card's on reveal. She's alongside Cassandra Nova and Nico Minoru. I've given this week 6 stars. I think this is a really, really strong week. It's strong for a few reasons. So first of all, this is Cassandra Nova's first time in Spotlight caches since she was available in Deadpool's Diner, so that's very exciting. We've got Nico Minoru here, who is absolutely one of the best 1-drops in the game, if not the best 1-drop. She's so incredibly versatile and she's brilliant. I think these variants are pretty cool. And Firehair, I think, is amazing. As at time of recording, I haven't filmed my snap or pass video. However, I have started creating the slides for it. And she just looks incredibly strong. So I think this week is amazing. You can't really get much better than this week. It's 6 stars. However, because I've already got Cassandra Nova and Nico Minoru, I'm going to get Firehair with tokens. Moving on to the week after that. In fact, I hope I can fit all of this on the screen. Not quite. So let's talk about Khonshu first. He is a 6/5. So base Khonshu is 6/5. I've had to put him slightly off screen, apologies. Anyway, he's alongside Xorn and Corvus Glaive, and I should actually say what Khonshu does. So he's a 6/5. When discarded, returns in its next phase. On reveal, resurrect a card you discarded to another location with its power set to 5. Now, when he's discarded, he returns to your hand as a new and upgraded copy. The first version is a 6/8, so that's slightly changed, and it creates, revives a discarded card at 8 power, and the final perfect cell version is a 12 power basically, so it creates or revives. A bus has just gone past, I don't know if you can hear that, but it revives a 12 power version of a card you've discarded. So I know it's a little bit complicated. So it starts as a 6/5. It always has the same ability. Starts as a 6/5. Discard it once, it's a 6/8. Discard it twice, it's a 6/12, basically. Even at a 6/5, this seems like a pretty cool card, right? Just revive one of your other cards and set its power to 5. You could just play Silver Samurai and discard an Iron Man or a Gore, and this brings back either Iron Man or Gore alongside the 5 power of Khonshu. Like, It's just crazy. Like, even that is good. Yeah, sorry, I'm just like frozen in how good it is. He's also alongside Xorn. We enjoy Xorn. Xorn is a very good card. And Corvus Glaive, who, if you don't have, is enjoyable. This is obviously a full discard week, so I really like the thematics of this week, that it all works together. And as you can see, I am opening keys. Tick. It's got a tick, means I'm opening keys, right? I'm opening keys. I quite like this Corvus Glaive variant. I don't think I've actually got any Corvus Glaive variants, so this is going to become my new favourite Corvus Glaive. I like Xorn, happy to have a Spotlight Cash variant for her, push my character mastery a little bit on her, and I need Khonshu. Khonshu's incredibly sick. Right, that will actually round out the Prehistoric Heroes season, so we move into April, which is What If. Now here is a little warning here, right? These are leaks. In the Prehistoric Avengers season, every single card was changed from the previous month's leaks. Now, we have already had some updated leaked versions of the What If cards, and actually only a few of them changed, and it was only very minor things. There was like a few bits of power here and there. Most of the cards actually stayed the same. So we don't know if these are going to change before release, but they seem like they might be somewhat secure. My big question mark will be about a card that we'll talk about in a minute. Anyway, the first week of the What If season, the Spotlight Cash card is Goliath. Goliath is a 2/1, ongoing, +1 power for each other ongoing card you have in play. So I think he's really awesome, really going to feel like a sort of one-size-fits-all, even though he's a giant and he can grow. That's really stupid and lame. But no, he's going to feel like a one-size-fits-all, generally good ongoing card. If you ever need a two cost card that you just want, can fit in anything. Well, actually can't really fit in anything because you do need to have other ongoing cards, but just a general use like ongoing card. I feel like I'm chatting bollocks right now. Oh, he's good. He's alongside Cersei and Gwenpool, and this is Gwenpool's first time in Spotlight Caches since she came out, so that's really cool. She doesn't have that many variants either, so it's good to get a variant for her. Now for me, I don't have Cersei, so this is actually 2 new cards for me this week, so I will be rolling keys and opening caches this week. Yeah, really cool. Really excited for it. Moving on to Kahori week. Kahori is a 4/6. On reveal, each card in your hand gives one of your cards in play +1 power. That seems really cool to me. That this is, again, kind of reminds me a little bit of Galacta, reminds me a little bit of Gwenpool, of like a very general use card, fits in loads of decks, just generally good buffs, seems like good value. She skews a little bit more towards needing a full hand, so maybe you play her in like a shield style deck or Devil Dinosaur type thing, and those are some of my favourite decks. So I love Kahori. She's alongside Cull Obsidian. This is my favourite variant of Cull Obsidian. I think it's awesome looking. And she's alongside Hydra Bob as well. So this is a really good week overall in my humble opinion. I've given it 4 stars and I will be rolling. I'll actually be rolling until I get the Cull Obsidian variant as well, if I get Kahori in 1. Yeah, I love that Cull Obsidian variant and definitely want it. And I do enjoy Cull Obsidian as a card. Not one that I use all the time, but I like it. Okay, this might be the controversial slide. This is the Infinity Ultron week. He's a 5/6. On reveal, add 2 Ultron Infinity Stones to your hand. And we'll talk about what the stones do in a minute. I want to talk about the fact that he is alongside Cannonball, who's good, great for Clog and move disruption as well. So I like Cannonball. And Pixie, who's kind of not really doing much at the moment. Yeah, I'm not really seeing her played a lot. I find her a little bit inconsistent, and to be honest, I find her a little bit annoying to play. Like, you stick your Wasp and your Yellow Jacket in your deck, and it's supposed to shuffle up all the costs, but then I draw a bloody... My Odin's still 6 or whatever. I just don't enjoy her. So, I'm actually opening no caches this week, and I'm spending tokens on Infinity Ultron. So I'm trying not to... There's always like birds of prey outside my house, and I try not to get distracted by them, but they are so large that it's really hard not to get distracted. Yeah, I'm buying tokens... Not buying tokens, I'm spending tokens to get Infinity Ultron, because Infinity Ultron is an epic character, and it's a very cool idea for a card, and he's going to generate these crazy Ultron Infinity Stones. Like, God, I can't wait to see the artwork for these Ultron Infinity Stones. I kind of hope They won't be, right? But I kind of hope that they were like metallic chrome coloured drones, like Ultron drones. I think that would be so sick, but I think they will actually probably just be stones, and presumably they'll have different artwork to the Thanos versions. But yeah, guys, I'm not really seeing it with this card. This is such a complicated card. I think it's actually the most complicated card that they've ever released, quite possibly, because you get 2 of the 6 stones, and depending on which 2 you draw, or which 2 you get added to your hand, I should say, it changes what your final turn is going to look like and how much power you can output, and the variance is really big. Let me talk about what the stones actually do. So the Space Stone is a 3/4 on reveal. Move the lowest power enemy card here to Infinity Ultron's location. Sorry. So it's a move disruption card. It moves one of their cards. Then you've got the Reality Stone is a 3/1 on reveal. Add an Infinity Ultron drone to this location. Set its power to Infinity Ultron. So this is basically generating a 6 power token. Then the Time Stone is a 3/1 on reveal. Put a card from your hand here. So this is sucking something from your hand. Then you've got the Mind Stone is a 3/2 ongoing. Your on reveal abilities here happen twice. This is literally Wong, slightly cheaper Wong. The Power Stone is a 3/2 on reveal. Double Infinity Ultron's power. And finally, the Soul Stone is an on reveal. For each full location you have, give a friendly card there +2 power. I've been analysing the card, I've been doing some slides, I might put a preview up, but basically I'm not really seeing the synergy here. For the most part, the stones don't work that well together. There's not much cohesion there, and I just don't get it. There's some that are really cool, don't get me wrong, like doubling Infinity Ultron's power and then creating a drone. That's going to be one of the best ones, because that's create a 12 power token and also adding 6 to Infinity Ultron. So that's really nice, and there is some cool combinations, but for the most part, you're actually not that excited about what these stones can do. I don't know if this guy is going to be the one that changes the most before release, because he's such a big character, such an epic character, and I really want them to do him justice, but I think based on this current version, I'm not seeing it myself, guys, so given the week 2.5, we'll see, right? Right, apologies, I need to increase the size again, so let's shimmy around. The Strange Supreme week. Strange Supreme is a 2/2, so he has changed from the previously leaked version. Gains +2 power from merging. End of turn, merge one of your created cards into this. This is insane, right? And I actually misunderstood this card right up until even in my most recent video, the leaks video that I did. I'd basically misunderstood this. End of turn, merge one of your created cards into this. So from the sounds of it, he can merge from a card that is at a different location. I thought that he just merged with a card at that location, but actually he seems to suck in something from anywhere. This is awesome. I love him. Getting that +2 every time he merges is crazy. You don't have to just rely on him merging automatically at the end of turn. Excuse me, I do apologise. Gas was just moving around inside my body. I couldn't control it. I apologise. But you can merge cards into him, like Hulkbuster or Agony, or... you know, there's not that many merge cards actually, are there? But like Symbiote Spider-Man, Hulkbuster, did I say that? Penny Parker Spider, Chimichanga. Yeah, I love him. But obviously just the created cards alone, so being able to suck up those stones in a Thanos deck and gain that power, it's so good. God, I love him. This is awesome. He's alongside Speed, who I missed out on, and US Agent. And these variants are pretty cool. This US Agent variant is very nice. So I am rolling this week. I need the Strange Supreme. I just absolutely love the card. And I'm really looking forward to getting Speed as well. Another strong card that I missed. So overall, I've given this week 4 stars. Then the final week of the What If season is Hydra Stomper. Hydra Stomper is a 3/2 ongoing. +1 power for each time one of your cards moved this game. So this has been slightly changed from the previously leaked version as well. It now only counts your own cards. And yeah, I think he's definitely a good card. I think he's going to go absolutely bonkers with Heimdall, for example. Heimdall being able to theoretically move like, what, 8 cards? I think that's the maximum Heimdall can move. Or actually, can Heimdall move 11 cards? So if you play this in like a zoo move deck with Shanna filling in locations and stuff, he goes up to like 13 power. Is that right? Like, that's potentially extremely strong. And that's if you haven't moved anything else with Heimdall. So the potential for this guy is definitely there. He's alongside Aranya and Madam Web. So this is a full-blown move week. However, as excited as I am about the card, I do think he's cool. It's not quite for me. I can't quite justify it. I do like these variants as well, though, man. It's kind of an annoying one for me because I would like to go in on this week. I'll tell you what, guys. If I'm lucky on all the previous weeks and I don't have to roll that many keys, then I will open this week. But otherwise, I shan't be. Right, let's move across to the new X-Men season. The first week is Surge. She's a 2/2. On reveal, give the top card of your deck -1 cost and +1 power. After you play it, repeat this ability. She definitely seems mind-blowing to me. Like, I think she's extremely good. So you give the top card of your deck -1 cost and +1 power. And then when you play that, you repeat that effect. Or this effect. But when you repeat that effect, does it then hop to the next card in your deck as well? To the top card of your deck? Okay, so let's consider that. However, if you bounce Surge, or you Grandmaster Surge, you can basically stack this, or Absorbing Man. You get all this insane stacking. It makes it easier to play the next card anyway, and easier to play it out, and easier to duplicate all of these effects. I just think she's nuts. I think she's so cool. She's so fun. I'm going to massively enjoy playing her in my buffs decks. So things like Okoye, Fastos, but then like Scarlet Spider, and Lasher, Brood, Mr. Sinister, all that sort of stuff. I really enjoy that. So, yeah, I love her. This is Hope Summers as well with her. And Hulkling, Emperor Hulkling. Now, this Hulkling variant's pretty cool. I really like the Hope variant. And I probably don't really have any Hope variant that I love. Even though I love the card, I'm actually in my climb this month. I am using my Inda Club deck. And that's easily the deck that I've had the most success with. So, yeah, looking forward to getting this variant for Hope. I am rolling this week. Looking forward to getting Surge. I really like the Surge variant as well. Oh, God, this is all just so sick. Right, then the week after that is Prodigy week. He's a 3/4. On reveal, if this is in the back row, copy the text of the card in front of it. Now, in the What If season, they're actually introducing this new mechanic of rows, like front row and back row and positioning, which is really awesome. Now, you haven't seen it in this video because one of the cards is the Season Pass card, Captain Carter. And the other one is Dum Dum Dugan, who we don't know how we're getting him. I would presume that we're getting him via High Voltage. Anyway, yes, this positioning stuff I just think is so freaking cool. The really interesting thing with Prodigy is that unlike other copy cards like Copycat and Mystique, well, first of all, you have more control than Copycat, and he has much higher power than Mystique. The slight difficulty though is that you at least need to fill a location with 2 cards, and then you need to place Prodigy in the right location, in the right spot to copy the right ability. So there's definitely some nuance and some difficulty to him, but I do think overall he's a very interesting card, especially if you're able to copy a very powerful ability, maybe something like Athena, for example, in like the Inda Club deck. That was literally just something from the top of off the top of my head, and that could be extremely good. I mean, you've won that location. So, yeah, it's just awesome. I think he's really cool. He's alongside Silver Sable. I fucking love this variant. It is sick. And Frigga. And I fucking hate this variant. So, yeah, I hope when I open keys this week, I get Silver Sable and then Prodigy and avoid Frigga. I'm really sorry. The art is subjective. I'm sure there's people out there that love this Frigga variant. But I don't. And, yeah. This Silver Sable is so good though. Right, then moving on to the Elixir week. I've really seemed to have trouble pronouncing that word. Elixir is a 1/1. Elixir. I think I was doing a good job, to be honest. Pat myself on the back. Not only because I'm choking, but because I'm proud of myself. This cup is empty, so it didn't do anything to help me. Elixir is a 1/1. Activate. The next time one of your cards is destroyed this turn, revive it here. This is absolute straight filth. Absolutely crazy, mind-blowing, disgustingly awesome and cool. Just with Nimrod. Creates an extra Nimrod. Just with Firehair. With Firehair, it's just an absolute joke. Turn 1 Elixir. turn 2 Firehair, turn 3 could be as simple as America Chavez into Carnage. And then the top card of your deck gets +6. That's just baseline, okay? If you wait a turn and do Okoye, turn 4, Okoye, Carnage, every card in your deck is getting +3 power. Now, you're only drawing 2 more cards, unless you can fit, unless one of those cards is Adam Warlock, do that, or Crystal, or just play Crystal. If every card in your deck is like a lower power card, and they've all got +3, you want to do that anyway. That's just baseline, some of the baseline synergies that we can think of about Elixir. He's going to go crazy, guys. I love him. This Arishem variant, I've heard is not actually Arishem. Is it like the Progenitor or something? Weird, but I actually think it's an absolutely sick Arishem variant. So, even if it isn't Arishem, I love that. And Malekith, I don't have him. This variant's quite cool. But yeah, I'll be rolling this week to get, hopefully, 2 new cards. Well, definitely 2 new cards. I wouldn't just get one of them and then stop. That's not how I roll. Literally. And then finally, the last card we're looking at today, guys, is Xorn. Xorn is a 2/3. After any 3 or 4 cost card is played here, move it to another location. So one would have to assume that this version of Xorn is the Magneto interpretation of Xorn, because I think Xorn was like 2 characters. I think the guy who had the mantle after this was like I think a healer. Someone in the comments correct me, because I've not actually read this era of X-Men. I basically only know it from like hero clicks. Anyway, this version of Xorn I think is Magneto, hence why he can move 3 and 4 cost cards. I think it was like Magneto in Secret or something. Anyway, this is so cool. Absolutely love it. I love it for like the move disruption element of it. You like play this down and then Jean Grey, and then they either like take the hit from Kingpin or Scream or whatever. It's just awesome. I love it. And yeah, even just in a move deck, it's cool. I love these perennial effects that are able to trigger multiple times. So I think that's very relevant here. But you might be wondering, why have you given this week 6 stars? Well, he's alongside Ajax, who's just very good. I am in a slight pickle here, though, guys, because I bought the Ajax bundle, so I don't yet have the base artwork. But the reason for the 6-star rating, really, is this Scream. This Scream variant is absolutely crazy, and Scream is one of my favourite cards in the game. Not only am I a big move disruption player, one of my favourite archetypes, but also I'm a massive symbiote guy. I'm a massive Spider-Man guy, and so I've been looking for a good Scream variant, and this is the one. So that's why I've given this week 6 stars overall. But I do think Xorn is also just very good, and it's just because all this stuff is my favourite stuff. The pickle here is that Ajax variant is freaking incredible. So I kind of want the Ajax variant, but I need the Ajax base art still. So yeah, it's difficult. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. A bit of a longer one. Oh, as the actress said to the bishop. No. Tell me what you're doing, and tell me if you enjoyed this video. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.